Sun's out, guns out. Not bad though. That muscle.
Hey guys, how's it going? Today I'm going to be talking about things that you can do when you're traveling that a lot of people kind of have questions about. So, especially when it comes to meal prepping. I know when I was on prep for my first bodybuilding competition, and suddenly I had to go across the country and I had to get on a plane, and I didn't know what I could do in terms of my meal prep. So there were some things that people advised me that I could do, and I got online and did my research, and everything went well. So, without further ado, here are some tips to traveling while on prep or while trying to eat healthy. One of the ways that I try to condense my bags when I'm traveling is I'll do a 2-in-1 bag. There's this company called 6-Pack Bags, and what they do is they condense 2-in-1. So this one happens to be the one that I typically use when I'm at the airport. It's a purse, it's a pretty big bag, but it also has a lunchbox built into it where you can put all your food. I've got my utensils right in here, and it's insulated too, so it'll keep your food cold. That one works really well. Those are a little bit on the pricier end, so there's also the other option of a lunchbox. I got this one on Amazon for I think like $20, and it works just fine as well. So typically with airlines, you get your personal item and a carry-on bag, and then depending on whether or not you check a bag, that's how much luggage you have to condense into. So there are also smaller lunchboxes if you're not going to be gone for too long, and this is my Isolator Fitness lunchbox, and this one holds 3 meals. It's a good size, and it's lightweight, so that one works just as well too. According to TSA guidelines, you can bring a lot more food than you think. So, and I don't mean volume, I mean you can bring as much as you can fit in your bag. Any solids like meat, so poultry, ground beef, you can bring vegetables and rice and sweet potatoes and sandwiches and pasta and all of these different kinds of foods. So the only thing that you're really limited on are creamy substances. So anything liquid or gel-like that you may want to bring to put on your meals, just make sure that every container that you have it in is less than 3.4 ounces. That's one of the guidelines online by TSA, is that everything has to be less than 3.4. So juices, gels, liquids, things like guacamole or salad dressings, things like that, they all have to be a certain amount or less. The next thing is how we're going to keep the food cold. So ice packs. Definitely keep them in your freezer until the morning that you leave, or until right before you head out the door. That way they are frozen solid. So you can bring ice packs on a plane, but you can't bring them if they're not completely frozen solid, because once they're not a solid, they're a liquid, and you're not allowed to bring liquids on the plane. So just make sure that the last thing that you do before you leave is take them out of the freezer. That way they are at their maximum frozenness. One of the other things that I've done is if I'm traveling, but I'm really only going to be at the airport for one meal, is there's typically a Subway or a place to get something with a lot of vegetables when you're traveling. So I normally stop at a Subway. There's a picture of the salad that I made on my most recent trip to Kentucky. And what I got was salad and tomatoes and cucumbers and peppers and onions and just lots of vegetables. And then they actually have egg whites and chicken and everything else. So none of that is bad for you, and you can really almost have as much vegetables as you want, just because the macronutrients are not dense at all for vegetables. So you can fill up your stomach in between flights, and you'll be good to go. And then by the time you land, you can go get a decent meal or eat your meal prep. So those are some of my quick tips for traveling, and I hope they help you out. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. We'll see you next time.